Hey, let's get it, y'all. How are you? This is the countdown. We are literally, I think, 50 days. Yes, 50 days from Black Friday. Can can you believe it? Already. So I want to give you some marketing tips on what you need to be doing now to get yourself ready, get your business ready. It's never really too early to plan. Now, if you have everything all the way together, perfect. Keep listening because I might have some tips for you to refine, your game plan for this, but I'm super excited. So let's get going. I do have some notes for you all. If you can hear this, just thumbs up this. Now, this is for those of you who specifically signed up for this video series. And I'm excited for you. I will also share snippets of this with my YouTube subscribers because you all are amazing. So yeah, I have my notes. I don't know about you, but I love a good legal pad. All right, so if you're watching live or replay, um, hello, especially my replay people, not especially, but my replay people, you all are just as important. I'm excited to have you here with me. Now, I am not filtering through, but sifting through this. How is everyone doing? Um, how is everyone doing? All right, so let's get to the first thing. The first step is I want you to show up. You want to avoid this mistake, and that is showing up when you want sales. Think about the time where people call you when they only want something. That's very annoying, right? You don't feel that they are genuine in their approach. They only call you when they want something. And that's how people can feel when you only show up when, you know, you want something. And that's a problem because people do it all the time. You forget whose email list you were on, or you forget you forgot the time that you signed up for the newsletter to be you first order and you get 10% off, and then it's like, oh my gosh, you're actually mailing me, you're texting me now. You forgot all about that company, but now they start to text you. Or out of the blue, you get an email from a company you haven't heard of before and you unsubscribe. That's how people feel when you show up during the holiday season and you have not been around. You want to build that know, like, and trust factor. Do I know you? Do I know what you're doing? Have before you ask for my money, have you provided any value to me? Today in my Facebook group, the marketing suite, I asked them, look at your most recent post. Have you provided any value? Have you helped anyone? What is your content saying to people? Is it sticking? Is it helping or is it taking away? And that's very important. So I want you to show up. And showing up doesn't mean posting all day, every day. Okay? Posting doesn't mean showing up all day, every day, but your visibility does matter. In the words of Rocho, visibility is power. I like that quote by Rashonda Pratt. Your visibility is power. People grow to know you, like you, trust you, and guess what? Even refer you. So maybe they don't have um, a need for your product or service right now, but someone that they know does, right? So you want to make sure that you're showing up, engage, reply to um, direct messages, reply to your comments. There are ways that you can auto reply. You can auto reply to people if you don't have, enough time, or if your um, mailing list or your following is big, because some of you all have a lot of followers. So there's no way for you. You don't have time to sit and watch, excuse me, your inbox all day. So I want you to show up. So if you sell candles, for example, now is a perfect time to start showing your candles. Basically, you wake up in the morning and you say, "This is my morning mood. I'm setting my morning. I'm doing my affirmations," things like that. Um, Sunday resets, Monday morning affirmations, like show your products in action, show your products in motion, and that will help people a lot. Okay. The second thing that I want you to do is don't post and panic. So I want you to plan ahead. Tiffany, should I be planning all of my posts? No. But you want to plan something so that you have some placeholders in effect because life is life. Now, unless you have someone managing your social media, then leave that up to him, her, they. But you want to ensure that you have some content planned and have some fun with it. Like during the holiday season is a great time to think about some themes, some thematic campaigns. Have fun with it. Show some gratitude to your clients. This is a great time to show results. So if your product helps with skiing, if your product helps with cleaning homes, if you have products that people need while they're entertaining guests for the holidays, like put it in action now. This is the perfect time to do that. Okay, this is the perfect time to do that. And so have some content schedule and make sure it's content of value, information that's going to help. If you want people's money, you need to ensure that you're helping them. If you want people's money, you need to place yourself in their gap. You need to prove that you are the solution to their problem. Okay? We're almost done, y'all. We almost done. Y'all know me. I don't think it take all day to do anything. All right. Thirdly, I want you to understand that consistency beats creativity. So don't feel like you have to have the most creative ideas, especially now, because like now is the countdown. We're on the countdown. We need to get going. So you want to ensure that you know what you're doing and you are consistent and you have some tools in place to help you manage your bandwidth and your capacity. What does that mean? Have a routine that you can stick to. If you know that you can post consistently 3 days, or if you can only think of three content posts a week, do that. Don't post every day for 1 week and then chill the next. Consistency is not giving 120% every day, but it is showing up consistently. Okay. There are some people who are very successful with going live, every other week or at once a day or 3 times a week at the same time. Whatever you choose to do, your audience over time becomes used to that. And I want to say this too, with your newsletters, if you're not sending emails, you definitely want to be doing that. But with your newsletters, this is a perfect time to pick one day a week that you're going to send your newsletter so people get used to it. This is the perfect time for you to send those coupons, those pre-sales, pre-orders. This is a great time for people to do that. If you have to post on social media all of your updates, if your customers have to log on to social media to find out what's next, you don't quite have the systems and structure in place. You want to make sure that you're covering all bounds. Okay. Um, I have my notes, y'all. Next, I want to talk to you about being clear. Clarity in your messaging is very important. You don't want to confuse people, and I will even say personally with the system suite, I do my best. It's something I'm still working on. I chat with Paige about like, critique, share ideas, but I always want to be clear about what the system suite does, right? And for my fellow solopreneurs that are service-based, many times it's challenging to demonstrate visually what you do. Whereas if you are a product-based business owner, it's plain and simple. I sell cakes, I sell candles, I sell body oils. People can see your product. If you are a photographer, people can see your product. But when you're service-based, like a coach, or you do systems and marketing like myself, people need to see results. People need to see things from a different angle because we don't have a specific product to show people. you all know that I'm a 17 hats ambassador. I can show you screenshots all day of 17 hats, but it still will not make any sense if you don't know what CRM is. Right? And even if you do know, there are other CRMs out there. So I have to be strategic in my messaging and in my wording so that people can understand the impact that that systems can have in their life, because I don't have a tangible product necessarily to show them, right? Other than like, my digital products, right? So when you are typing your captions, when you're doing your live streams, when you're sending out your newsletters, when you're printing out your product brochures, you want to be very clear about what it is that your product or service does and how people can pay, right? If there's a sale or promotion, you want to be very clear about that. If there are any deadlines or expiration dates for food, if there are any ingredients in the foods, allergies, that needs to be clear. The messaging needs to be clear. Your call to actions need to be very clear. Don't have buttons on your websites, and don't use the call to action learn more in your captions. Like, nobody wants to learn more. You need some people to buy now, book now. Be specific in what that messaging is and what you want them to do. Don't feel like, oh, it's too salesy. No, if you want people to buy now or shop now, that's what you need to tell them to do, right? As if you are speaking to, a child. Give them clear directives of what you want them to do, because you should want measurable outcomes, right? You should want to, when you open up your email analytics, you should want to see how many recipients, you want to see how many, what was your open rate, what was your click rate, all of that kind of stuff. You want to ensure, and what better way to do that other than to make sure you are clear. So, what is it that your product or service does? Why do people need it? You need to speak to them in a way that makes them want to buy your product. Even better, get someone else to say it for you. Tiffany, what do you mean? Other clients, other colleagues, your business partners, your community partners, have people speak on your behalf. That is believable. Those verbal referrals, testimonials, those success stories, those client spotlights speak a whole lot. So find a way that you can get other people, find a way that you can show other people in use of your product or your service. If you have a nonprofit organization, this is a great time for you to recap your year and share your wins for the year. What impact has your organization had? There are people who are looking to send end of the year donations. There are people who have checks waiting to send it to you. You need to be sharing your impact, not just your flyer. Ooh, that is good. You need to be sharing your impact, not just your flyer. I'm going to say that for another live, but that thing spoke to me. Okay. And to our last point, because this is a video series, I just want to drop these nuggets on you all. Do not forget that the customer journey checklist is available. I will pin it below this video. Why do you need that? You need that because as a business owner, you have clients and you want to take them along a seamless journey from the first point of contract to the invoice to after the invoice to after the project. You want to make that a seamless and enjoyable experience. Many times we don't sit down to fine tune what the client's journey should be. So I have created checklists for you to ensure that you can make it as seamless and as professional as possible. So I am going to link that below this video. And because you are watching this video, I'm going to give you a recap of everything that I'm sharing with you. All right. So the last thing that I want you to remember, because we are 50 days, if you're watching this right now live, 50 days in counting, let's say, because I know I got some replay viewers who will be watching this, 50 days until Black Friday. You want to picture it like this. In 50 days, how many more paychecks will people get? So how many weeks are in 50 days? And then most people get paid bi-weekly. You want to ask yourself, well, how many more paychecks are people getting? because some people they'll pay in full, they'll use different payment options. Like, we got to be honest, we got to be real about how your consumer thinks and behaves. And that takes me to the last point that I want to share with you, and that is to make purchasing easy and accessible. Do not make it difficult for people to pay you. Eliminate any friction before checkout and after checkout. And here's how you do that. You need to have direct links to your to your payment options. People should not have to DM you to pay. People should not have to email you to pay. They should be able to click and buy, click and pay. That's what you want. You should automate confirmations should be automated. Receipts should be automated. All of that stuff should be automated. No one should have to wait to figure out that they paid you. You should send updates. Updates about the shipping should be automatic. Updates about the processing, whatever it may be. If you are baking cakes, people should not have to wonder or worry about when they're getting their cake. Whatever time it will be delivered or picked up, that information needs to be seamless as possible. And find a way, especially for people who are bakers, you all will be busy this holiday season. You don't have time to go out, buy ingredients, bake your cakes and your cookies, and also send out emails and updates. And give yourself, this is a part of systems and structure as well, and knowing your capacity. And this is why I'm so passionate about systems. Know your capacity and give yourself more time than you think you're going to need. Because most times, especially when you're service based, most times you're going to need more time than you initially think you will need. So if you have a delivery time in your mind, add a buffer hour, add a buffer of an extra hour or two. It's better for you to deliver early than late, especially if people have to drive to get to you because now you're inconveniencing them. One thing I like about my brand photographer, Winter Raven, is when you have a photography session, she lets you know this is the start time of your shoot. This is not when you show up. So she will let you know you might want to, leave your house at this time so that you give yourself enough time to travel, drive, give yourself enough time to park and walk to the location, right? Like there's one time I had an outdoor shoot downtown. So when you're driving downtown in most places, parking is limited. You have to pay to park. There are so many factors that you must consider. So if you are a baker for, let's just say you bake, it's going to take you time to, bake. The cakes have to cool. You have to ice them. You have to package them. You have to load your vehicle. You got to drive to your destination. Oh no, on your way to your destination, you need gas. So now you've got to gas up. Now you have to drive. Now you have to unload your car and set up. Consider all the things that are required. Even for me, when I work with my clients and we do their system setup and we do their coaching and their training, I have learned to give myself more time to complete their project just because, and especially as a creative, our minds and our brains, go in many directions. And so at face value, I'm like, oh, I only need 2 weeks. No, but when you start digging and plowing and getting into the nooks and crannies of that business, it requires more time. And this is why you should also have workflows in place so that you can track your sales, track your leads. Who are your most popular clients? That should not be a figure of your imagination. It should not just be, etched in your memory. You should have a list. You should have documentation. You should have a sheet of who has been your most loyal clients this year. What are your most popular products? How are you tracking your most popular products and services? Are you storing this memory in your mind, or is this tracked and documented somewhere in your CRM software? That's very important. Why do you need this information? Maybe this is a great time to award your loyal customers. This is a great time if you had a CRM or proper tracking, even if it's on paper, a Google sheet, a spreadsheet, you could look back and say, wow. My coconut cake was a winner this year. I'm going to offer the coconut cake half off. Or if you get a three-layer cake, you get a coconut cake for 10% off. Oh, sweet potato pie was, a big seller for me last year. I'm going to pre-order that. And or I'm only going to allot this many sales for this particular product. Know your market. Is something in the market not selling well, or is something lacking? One of my former clients, she makes angel eggs. People call them devil's eggs, but she makes angel eggs. There was a time when eggs were super, super, I mean, they still are. When eggs hit that spike, they were so expensive. She had to navigate and pivot. So, know all of these things, and so that you could also send reminders when people purchase from you. It's the perfect time to get testimonials. It's the perfect time to send out the coupon code for your next item. Right after the holidays, what's next? You have New Year's, you have Valentine's Day. You want your holiday sales to be long-term sales. And I'm going to talk about that in the next session of this video series. So these are 5 tips to ensure that you win this Black Friday, because after Black Friday, what's next? You have Small Business Saturday, you have Cyber Monday. So this ensures that you are prepared and ready to show up like a real boss. Now, don't forget, the first thing that you need to start doing is showing up. No one wants you to be a surprise, okay? You need to start building that know, like, and trust factor now. Don't just knock on people's door when you want something. Secondly, you want to go ahead and plan ahead. Plan some social media posts so that your content is still moving. You have something posted. It doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be daily, but you choose what's best for you. Most times, what's not written or scheduled does not happen. So find 2 hours, one day this week, and schedule some posts so you still have content flowing during the holiday season. Thirdly, understand that your consistency beats your creativity. You want to have momentum, so use your scheduling tools, stick to a routine. Don't worry about trends, but it's about your visibility. You need to be showing up, and this is not just online. You need to be offline, networking, shaking hands, rubbing elbows, going to events, telling people about what you do. Okay. When I was in network marketing, I should tell my network marketing story one day, because I joined network marketing not even knowing what the heck it was. But one thing they had us doing, and people talk bad about network marketing, but I learned so many important principles. One thing we learned is you're always talking about your business, like at least every day, 10 people, but it needs to be natural and genuine. So make sure you're out there being consistent, and not just trying to be, the most creative. You don't have to jump on top of every new TikTok dance that's out there. You don't have to do that. Fourth, you want to make sure that your messaging is clear. People understand exactly what you do. Work on that. It does take time. Like I said, for my service-based people, it does take time. And never get tired of explaining what you do. Never get tired of explaining what you do. You got to do it over and over and over. The more you do it, the better you are with it, the more comfortable you are, the clearer you are, and the more people understand what you do. You start to win. You know you're winning when you can walk in a room and there are other people who can clearly articulate what you do, and not just what you do, but the impact that you make. And the last, number 5, was to make sure that purchasing is easy and accessible. Buying from you should be easy. So I hope this helps. Don't forget to check the information below this video for more support and resources. And if you have any questions, marketing or systems related, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much. I appreciate your like.